Good afternoon, oil fans. This is Deanna Nichols, doTERRA Blue Diamond. I'm here with your oil a day. And I know I'm a little early, so you may be watching the replay, but I have Pilates at 1 o'clock, and so I can't do my live video at 1. And I also missed yesterday because of a meeting, so I'm going to see, I can't promise, but I'm going to see if I can get my Pilates instructor to go live with me about how we can use oil for Pilates when we get there at about like 1 o'clock. So there might be a second video happening, but I can't guarantee that she will be up for it. But I think that would be kind of cool, so I'm going to ask her when I get in there. But right now we're just going to talk about On Guard for a couple minutes. On Guard is a basic oil that comes in like most of the kits, and it's an everyday oil at our house. We use it in our On Guard hand soap. We use On Guard concentrated cleaner to keep our surfaces clean. We diffuse On Guard a lot to keep the air and surfaces clean. We basically use it to keep our immune system happy and healthy so it can fight off all the germs that we come in contact with, and that just is part of life. You can't like detox and decontaminate the world, but you can strengthen your immune system so that you're ready for anything that you encounter. And so that's why we use On Guard every day. I cannot tell you the number of people who have kids in daycare and school that tell me that since they started using this on their kids every day, that their kids are coming home sick less often, if not like not getting sick at all, because their immune system is just stronger and able to fight. We have a lot of daycares and schools and things that diffuse On Guard and clean all their surfaces with it, because those are like breeding grounds for all kinds of cooties, and so we want to make sure that those surfaces are clean. And most of the options that we have to clean surfaces of germs are really just toxic. Toxic to the air, toxic when you're touching the surface, and they're just not safe for kids, for pets, for adults, for anybody. And they're not great for the environment. And so I love that we have a better option. If you don't have the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate yet, that should be on your next Loyalty Rewards order. I'm telling you, it lasts a really long time. We clean our toilets, our sinks, our kitchen, everything with it. I learned this week that you can use it to clean wounds before you like spray on like Boo Boo Blend or something like that. You can clean it, and I knew that you could do that with like pets, but I guess I never thought about it for humans. In a pinch, I've also used it to wash dishes. I've used it a lot of crazy ways. But if you don't have that, that's okay. You can get a glass spray bottle, and you can fill it with half vinegar and half water. I like to use filtered water just in case I want to use it on like a food type surface. And then however many ounces that bottle is, like if it's a 20-ounce bottle, then add 20 drops of On Guard. That's my kind of little rule of thumb, is most of the time I use 1 drop of oil per ounce of fluid. And then because of the vinegar, you don't even have to shake it up every time. If it was just water, you would have to shake it up. But then you can use that as your cleaner, and it's great. You could even add a little borax if you're not opposed to borax. I know that there's 2 different schools of thought on whether borax is safe. I've been using it for years, and I think it's totally fine. I use that mixture to clean my cat litter box, like after we dump it out, and On Guard's safe for cats, so that's perfect. As opposed to like using bleach or some disgusting antibacterial cleaner that's going to kill good bacteria and have all kinds of nasty chemicals in it. And so we use it to clean our floors with. We got everybody running around in bare feet and little animals walking around, and their paw pads are absorbing whatever we're cleaning the floor with. We also, if we do end up with cooties, then we just start using this more often, and I like to put it up the spine. It's part of the Aroma Touch technique, which I think is like the best thing ever created. And so if I'm coming down with something, or if I'm already not feeling well, I'll do Melaleuca and On Guard up my spine. And you can do that for anybody of any age. If it's a little kid or somebody with really sensitive skin, you could add a little coconut oil to that and just do that every like 2 or 3 hours. And it's amazing how putting oils up the spine will just kind of help get it through the system really quickly. It's just really good. What else? Gosh, things that are kind of infected and oozy, I will mix a little coconut oil and even spray that on. I've done that several times, and I've seen some pretty amazing things happen. Insect bites. One time I was out in the middle of literally nowhere, and I got bit by a spider, and I literally started to like lose the feeling in my leg, and it was moving up my leg, and I was nowhere near anything. The only oil I had in my car, because we keep it around for like hand sanitizer, in a pinch we'll just put a drop in our palms and rub our palms together, and so we keep it in our car. And so I put that all over the bug bite, and I had like a 20-30 minute drive to where I could get to like civilization. And by the time I got there, I was feeling so much better. I've put On Guard under my tongue when I'm fighting something, especially if it's like respiratory. I've added it to like a little shot glass of water with lemon and Melaleuca, gargle and swallow for sore throats. Gum or tooth issues, I've put it directly on there. I've also done the swishing, like with salt water with On Guard in it. I did that. I had a abscessed tooth last Christmas, and lots of problems with that for weeks. And that's how I got through that whole situation. And with the surgery and everything, is just swishing with salt water and On Guard and Melaleuca and lemon. And so that's just a great combo for all kinds of stuff. There's like a ton of other things I could tell you, but I will say that emotionally this oil is, it's called the Protective Blend. So if you are struggling with just like not feeling safe in the world, feeling kind of like you're a victim a lot, maybe just you've had a traumatic thing happen and you're just having difficulty believing that you're safe, even something as small as this. I'll give you an example. A few years ago, when I was living in Florida, we had a really, really, really bad cold snap, and in the middle of the night, a cockroach got in the house. I guess he was like thinking it was the apocalypse because it was so cold, and it was like 13 degrees in Florida. And he got in, and I had covered myself in grapefruit oil because I was trying to deal with like, I had just read something about how it was great for cellulite or something like that. So I had it all over like my arms and shoulders, and I had a tank top on, and I guess they like grapefruit, and he crawled up and bit me on the back, like on the shoulder blade, and I thought my cat was scratching me in the middle of the night, and I reached back there, and it was a cockroach, and he was like hissing at me, and he bit me, and it was nasty. It scared the fire out of me, number one, and I was like, I sprayed my whole house with On Guard. I read that there was some study that clove and cinnamon, which are in On Guard, were repellents to cockroaches. So I sprayed my whole flippin' house down with that spray recipe I just told you about earlier. And every night before bed for probably the next 2 weeks, I would spray our bed skirts. I would spray a perimeter around my son's crib. I sprayed like all the drains in the house because I didn't know where he had gotten in. I never saw another cockroach ever again. But it made me feel safe. And it's because those oils in there, like clove and cinnamon, make you feel safe. So it doesn't have to be like some big life-changing trauma. It could be something as simple as, oh my gosh, I got bitten by a cockroach in my bed. And that's, that weighs on your mind. I'm just going to say it weighs on your mind. Like every time you think about going to bed, you're just thinking like, am I going to get eaten by cockroaches while I'm sleeping? So that is mentally taxing. It can affect your rest and your peace of mind. And if it's something more serious, maybe there's somebody in your life that makes you feel threatened, and or even if you have like people at your house, people in your family, you can diffuse On Guard to help yourself just feel safe, and that you can stand up for yourself and have the courage to speak up for yourself. So this is just a great oil to have around. It's a great oil for emergencies, and it's definitely one to use every single day to keep your immune system strong. Thanks for joining me. I hope to see you in a few minutes again for a little short Pilates video. We'll see how my powers of convincing can go with Allison, and we'll see if I don't see you, then I'll see you again tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Shine on.